So you pay this guy or something? Service?
Hey George, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm here with the crew. I'm on the boat. We just had a quick look at Windy.
Yeah.
And I told them we're going to give you a call and we're going to get a plan going based on what you're seeing.
Well, I had a look at a couple of the models since I spoke to you yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And the first week, pretty straightforward. Everything should be nice and smooth. But I'm a little concerned about a low pressure system that's looking like it's going to come off the U.S. East Coast just to the north of where you're heading.
Yeah, I was just watching that too.
And when you are sort of heading up the East Coast, you're likely to get winds from the west, and then
yeah, I mean it looks like I'm going to get headed.
Headwinds too.
Yeah, it looks like I'm going to get headed.
Yep. So based on that, I mean, it's still a long range forecast, but both the Euro and GFS are basically saying that something's going to happen. I would tend to think head for the coast and just move on up in a northerly direction. When you get a headwind, you just got to deal with it, because it's not going to go away.
The headwinds don't look too strong in the beginning, though.
No, and I think that if you keep on the westerly side of the course as it were, rather than a direct line, you may not get as much of an offshore flow as you would if you were sort of like close to Bermuda when you were heading up,
Yeah, it actually looks like it's favoring hugging the U.S. coast more than it is the rum line.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I would, if it were me, what kind of speed are you anticipating that you're going to make? 7 knots average?
Nah, she'll probably make 8 average. You
Okay.
know, as long as the typical trades are blowing, in that direction we're going in.
You should get that for the next week until about maybe next Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, I don't want to goat mouth it, jinx it. We say goat mouth in the Caribbean. I don't want to goat mouth it, Steve, but that start that we're getting, we should be really far along by the time that weather starts to change.
Yeah, I think so too. That's why I asked you what sort of your estimated average speed would be. If it's 8 knots, then you're gonna be pretty close to your destination.
Yeah.
But I would still take a slightly longer course and head along the east coast from about the Cape of Virginia right the way up to where you're going.
Right. Okay.
I wouldn't try for the direct route, because if anything, if the front moves in or out faster than we anticipate, you'd be finding yourself with real headwinds for quite a long
strong
distance,
headwinds too. Whereas if I tuck in along the coast, it looks like the winds wrap around and I should actually be on a close reach.
Correct. If you get a westerly wind for a day or two, that's not a big deal if you're close in. But if you're far out, that westerly wind means that you're going to be, it's going to keep pushing you out to sea,
I was thinking, looking at the beginning with the trades too, I might just hug up to like Puerto Rico rather than just go straight across and then make my turn.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's going to ensure you a good wind flow. At least for the first week. I would go just north of Puerto Rico, and at that stage too, you're also able to keep a little closer to the Turks and Caicos if you feel like it, based on more updated info,
Yeah. Because that's normally where we make our turn when the weather is wonky like this.
Correct. You also get like you get internet when you're close to the land there, don't you?
I do. But I'm not going to be that close. I'm not going to be that close.
Okay, all right, because you can always have a look yourself. But I'll be keeping an eye on it, as you know.
Yeah.
And we can keep in touch. The in-reach worked fine.
Yeah,
I guess
I tested it
you got my
yesterday with
reply
him.
to your test
Yeah.
message.
All right, well, great, mate. So, looking forward to your morning and evening updates.
Sure thing, no problem. We know the routine.
Yeah.
What's your how many souls on board?
There are 4 of us. I'll send you a list of the names.
That's fine. Just so I have an idea. And the vessel is what? What are the basic specs?
It's Oyster 49,
47.
47. Sorry.
Okay. And you got what sort of engine?
Yanmar 70.
75 horse.
Cool. Lots of fuel?
A ton. I'm gonna strap a bunch of spare fuel cans like I did last time we did it.
Okay. Okay, cool. So that shouldn't be an issue then.
No. If it goes light, we'll just motor sail.
All right. And I guess you've done a sort of a passage plan already. What's your ETA?
Well, that whole thing got revised because of that weather there. But
Yeah.
again, don't want to jinx it, but I think we could be where we're going from St. Martin in 9 to 10 days.
Okay. Yeah. That's about where I had put it as well. But a lot's going to depend on that low, so
Yeah.
we'll keep an eye on it as it comes off the coast, and we'll know how far north it is, how far south it is, and what sort of winds are in each quadrant.
So when I make these assumptions, I use 7 knots because if we start motor sailing, I'm not going to push the engines or anything. So
Yeah, I did the same thing, but
we
I don't
start
think you'll
doing-
need the motor sail for the first, at least for the first week. It's looking like you'll have a nice.
it looks like we have a real nice sail.
wind angle.
Yep.
All right, buddy. Well, you'll have a great trip, and I saw it all, and you know what they say, fair wind and following sea.
Yep,
Have a good one.
that's what we're hoping for. So we leave tomorrow afternoon, probably about 4 or 5.
Okay, cool.
We're gonna go to Anse Marcel in St. Martin.
Right.
So we're gonna go over the top of St. Bart's and pray we don't go through the minefield without, having to go overboard and cut lines.
Yeah.
You remember the drill.
Biggest problem right now is weed, man. I just flew up from Barbados yesterday, and there was a shitload of weed coming in just between Guadeloupe and Antigua. I didn't see anything up north, and I'm not seeing anything passing to the north today.
Yeah.
But there's a whole heap of it in that channel between Martinique and Guadeloupe and Antigua.
Even when you don't have the big lumps, it's just so much of it scattered out there. It's just
Yeah, I know.
endless.
Messes up everything. Well, there's some big lumps out there. They're not huge, but they're because the winds are relatively light. It's kind of banding everything together,
We're gonna try to avoid that as much as possible.
Well, I think once you start getting north, you'll be out of it.